church doors close. But they say strip clubs can welcome people inside. So our next two guests found a creative way to hold their services indoors.
Come on! Let's go!
Oh no. Oh Lord, come back soon.
Well, I'm Catholic. I'm not used to seeing that on the altar, but it was quite a thing. Joining me now are Godspeed Cavalry Chapel Pastor Rob McCoy and Awaken Church Pastor Jurgen Mateasis. Sorry about doing that with your name there. Pastor McCoy, I actually watched your whole sermon. I have to tell you, I was in tears at the end of it. I thought you really nailed so many things. Another thing that you say is that our liberties are like muscles. Explain to me why you said that, what that means, and why you've taken this as far as you have.
Thank you, Rachel, and I'm glad you were touched by the message. Liberties are like muscles. If you don't exercise them, you lose them. And our rights are, liberty is not man's idea, it's God's idea. And our rights are given by God. And the Constitution was designed to protect us from a government that would infringe on those rights. And that's exactly what Governor Mussolini's doing to us.
Yeah, it's interesting, absolutely. We talk a lot about, the science behind it, and it just doesn't make sense. Why would a strip club be able to open but not a church? We talk about the science all day. It's clear it makes no sense. So what do you think, Pastor Jurgen, is the real motivation? I'm sure you've thought about this.
Yeah, I just think that there's an agenda, and the church seems to get into the way of that agenda. And so what they've decided to do is reclassify the church. They've moved us into the realm of entertainment, theatre, and sporting events are shut down, and church, you're in that category. Whereas the church is actually the #1 mental health hospital in the nation. Like, people's emotional, mental, and psychological health gets a boost. A Gallup poll that just came out recently proved that the people that attend church feel good and feel better compared to people that don't have any church, who are suffering anxiety and depression compared to this time last year.
Yeah, it's so true. I did see that Gallup poll, and it was fascinating. And, at a time when we're having a mental health crisis, that they can't allow churches to find safe ways to open up. What has been the impact on churches? I've been seeing some figures coming out that will maybe come out of this pandemic with as many as 25% of our churches permanently shut down. Are you seeing that among other pastors? What's the conversation among church leaders on that topic?
Yeah,
are you asking me or Jurgen? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Pastor McCoy. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you, Rachel. Yes, we've seen churches right here in Ventura County close, up and down the state of California, and Pastor Jurgen will attest to this. Churches that have remained closed during this pandemic, when they go to reopen, even in a smaller capacity, they start to realize that their numbers have dropped, and even their live streaming or the videos, they're not getting the views they used to. People want the church to lead, and when they don't lead, the people leave. It's that simple.
But really quick, why isn't the church leading? I see you two pastors. I need a really quick answer on this, Pastor Jurgen, but why aren't more pastors joining you?
Just that they're intimidated, the relentless bullying, both from the government, but also from a very, very hyper fearful community who are saying that you're not loving your neighbor if you're open, you're killing grandma if you're open, you're a COVID spreader. We've had all kinds of hit pieces put on us by our local government and then reinforced by people just being nasty on social media. So a lot of pastors are just beat up from both ends.
Yes.
From both sides. Yeah, there's a lot of shaming going on around this, Pastor. Well, thanks to both of you for joining us. It's such an important topic. Coming up, the